My name's Morrie Macbeth. I'm currently working as a well site geologist. So I sit on locations of drilling rigs and I sit there as they drill the well and I examine the rock cuttings as they come up, and I give determinations to oil companies on quality of the reservoirs and other such parameters, if there's gas, if there's not, if it's going to be something that's worth producing, drilling more, that type of thing. I've basically been working in the oil patch most of my life. Started out working as a roughneck on drilling rigs and used that pay for school, progressed from there. So my energy consumption's on every day. I see it every couple days when I fill up the tank on my truck, and it gets more and more expensive all the time, obviously. You know, you think you're doing the right thing, and I have high efficiency furnace and washer and dishwasher and fridge and all that, and it's cutting back. You can see it visibly on the power consumption bills that, you know, I'm using less, but I'm not really using that much less, I guess. And you know, I always want to do better, but there isn't always that many options on how to do everything that much better. And that really needs to be gotten out there and in the public awareness as how much energy as a society can we make, and how much do we need, and how fast are we burning through it. You can see a lot in Saskatchewan, especially driving south and around the Swift Current area. They're starting to put up wind turbine plants, so they're moving in that direction. We have hydro dams there, but predominantly our power is still generated by coal, and that's potentially still a problem because it's a contributor to CO2 gases. Whether or not that's the huge problem that everyone assumes it must be is at the end of all things, we don't know. I think everybody around that I see has a general awareness that they should be doing something, but it's not really out there in the open probably as much as it needs to be. Like you can get people talking about it, and everybody agrees that, well, yeah, we need to use less gas and we need to increase our efficiency and things, but you know, beyond the just kind of talking with it and agreeing with it, most people just continue about their daily lives doing the same things. We still line up at the pumps to get gas, same as always. We will whine about the price, but we're still there paying for it. As far as energy production, in relation to the environment and the economy, you can't have one or the other. They're intricately linked at this point, and we can't just sacrifice one for the other. It's not going to work that way. Too much of our system is bound together in that manner. I don't think it's necessary to stop using oil altogether. It's far too valuable and useful of resource. The sheer amount of things we can do with it are just astounding. But it needs to be used far more efficiently than we have been using it. I mean, I work in the oil patch, and I can see how much oil energy is used simply in the pursuit of getting more oil. You need to look at it from a net energy perspective, and I can see that every day when I go out to work on an oil rig, and the number of vehicles and personnel that are driving oil-powered vehicles, the rig itself, which runs on diesel fuel, the cement trucks, the fracking trucks, all the crews that are going out there, they're all using oil and oil byproducts simply in the pursuit of drilling for more oil. Now, the actual dollar cost of a barrel of oil is irrelevant when you think of it in net energy. And then if you're spending more oil energy than you're extracting out of the ground, it then becomes worthless, and there's no point in using it at that point. So I think what we need to be doing is we need to be using our current resources in a far more efficient way to produce and generate energy and then use something like oil for more efficient things like our all the plastic products that we can do with it, all the lightweight, strong materials that we can generate with it, and expand from there. So if I were given the task of going out for a weekend and attempting to do something that didn't involve anything that was related to oil or anything that had been produced with oil, I don't know that I could actually make it the entire weekend. Because I mean, the first instinct would be to say I'd go for a hike, but I mean, all my clothes have been, you know, produced somewhere else. They've been shipped here in a truck. All the shoes I wear have rubber, plastic soles. That's been all produced by oil. I don't know that it can be done here anymore.